The goal of this assignment is to practice drawing a face using correct proportions and by observing one half of a face and completing the other half of the human face by trying to replicate it as a reflection. Now we know actually in real life our faces are not perfectly symmetrical. So this is just meant as an observation exercise. There is a handout that shows different finished examples done by students that show us what they might look like when they're done. I have several different choices for you, and I'm just going to demonstrate how I would start this. I'm not going to finish the whole thing on here. I'm just going to show you how to get started. So what I like to do first is simply very lightly mark where things are. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So for example, where the chin line is. And while I can't see it on this image where I think that the hairline would be. And these pictures are divided exactly in half. So what I did next is started to add very lightly the shading that I see, because the face, the human face, has very little lineage. It's mostly by shading. So I very lightly start to lay in where I see things. And I'll continue to make adjustments as I go along. A few things to consider are, because you already have one half of the face, you're just trying to put the eyes, the nose, and the mouth in line with the one that is either on the left or right, depending on which one you have. And at first, I'm just real lightly laying the shapes in. So for the eye, I'm going to put where the tear duct is. I'm not going to add any of the major shading yet. I'm just sort of blocking in lightly what I see. And while it's really hard to tell this, I'm actually looking more at the side that I'm drawing, the left side, than I am at the right. Now later, I will come in and make adjustments. If I made it too big or too small, I can adjust that. That's why I'm just real lightly doing that first. Okay, the nostril, especially the nose, you can see the nose is pretty much all shading. Very few lines are in the nose. You could grab a blending stump to help you add the shading. The lip line, I'm looking to see, okay, does it go down? Does it curve up? And again, this is mostly going to be shown with the shading, so I am just real lightly marking in where I see things. There's a little shadow where the chin comes here, so I'm going to add that. And I'm going to look carefully, where does the ear line up with? The ear lines up with the eyes. So I'm going to start to block in where the ear would be. You could even grab a ruler. The bottom of the ear usually lines up somewhere by the bottom of the nose on most people. Now, you can also add the neck. Shoulder. Now I would continue to look at this. I might hold it up. And the next step would be for me to start adding shading. You can grab a blending stump from up front to help you add the shading, but you're going to continue to build and replicate what you see on the one side of the photograph and make it appear on the other side to the best of your ability.